My name is Ann McCandless. I am the Dean of Educational Technology here at BC3, and I have been here for 10 years.
My name is Kylie Cribbs. I'm the coordinator for EMS and police training programs, and I'm being recognized for 10 years.
When I started at BC3 as an employee, walking onto campus and having faculty members that I had as teachers and people like Joyce Voland, who was in the BLC when I was a student, just giving you a big hug and saying, wow, we're glad you're here, it's exciting. Working with people that I knew from years back, it just felt natural coming in and working with them.
I'm Stephen Mayfield. I'm an assistant professor of biology here at BC3. I've been here for 10 years.
I'm Mary Beth Rock, and I am being recognized for 10 years serving with BC3's Alumni Council.
What I enjoy most about my job is the diversity. I'm never bored. You know, it's never boring in EMS or in public safety, and it's never boring here. We do a lot of EMS certification here in the division. Since we've gotten kind of absorbed by the workforce development department, there's a lot of new opportunities that we're going through in allied health, which is right up my alley. It's just never boring. There's always something new and exciting coming around.
I did not go to college as a traditional student at age 18 or 20. I walked on campus in my late 30s, and I like to tell people I graduated and turned 40 in the same week.
I got my master's degree at Texas A&M University. Then I took a job in New England as a research biologist with the National Marine Fisheries Service in Gloucester, Massachusetts, a really beautiful part of the world. I got transferred to another very beautiful part of the world, Charleston, South Carolina. And my work situation there got to where I wasn't really enjoying the job. I loved the area, but I wasn't enjoying the job, so I transitioned into what I had always assumed I would become. You know, throughout my career, I'd always assumed that I would be a college professor.
Technology in education has grown in 10 years immensely, so having that key person who can keep up with it, keep track of the changes, help implement it in the classroom, be the person to call when there is a need or a question. It seems like I get called for just about any type of little technical detail, from the president needing a Skype meeting set up and make sure that it's working for him, to the classroom technologies. A faculty member wants to try something new or use the One Button Studio to record their lectures. I think it's just neat to be in an area where there's always something new and fun.
When people ask me, what do we do, I say our job is to raise money for scholarships for students. Our two big events are the Bowling for Scholars fundraising event, and then we have the Oak Hills Dinner.
Technology does not work when you want it to. Technology works wonderfully when you really don't need it to. One time that comes to mind is when I first started. I think it was my first or second time speaking to the students at new student orientation. We used to bring them into the theater and just give them presentations from different areas of the school. I was giving the presentation on student technology, how to get into the website, how to get into Blackboard, and I followed the president's speech. So when the president left, he closed the laptop lid on the podium and it shut the computer off. And we were on a tight schedule, so when I got up to the podium, I had to try to log back on, get back into the presentation that I had, and it ended up that I gave a 15-minute presentation to students about technology at BC3 without using any technology.
Things I really appreciate about BC3 is the collegial nature of the faculty and staff here. As I said before, I've worked at several other colleges, and usually there are factions and sort of groups, this group and that group, and here everyone is very respectful of each other, and we have a very good working relationship.
I can honestly say I use my education, I value my education from BC3, because it's definitely become a part of my business and my company today.
We have several students that come back to us as administrators and even to the instructional staff and just I mean, some of the stories are just heart-wrenching on how influential, you know, the college experience or even our programs have influenced their life and positively. And especially working in healthcare and the community level, you know, we had a grandmother come back and say, I took a CPR class a few years ago, but I never thought I'd need to use it, and my granddaughter choked, and I was able to get whatever she was choking on out, so it saved her granddaughter's life. And those are the stories. That's why I do what I do.
Karen Fair, secretary in the STEM division, is being honored for 10 years of service to BC3. She has worked with both Dr. Sunday Fasahidin and the current Dean of STEM, Matt Kovac. What does she enjoy most about her position at BC3? Karen says it's the people. I work with a lot of great people, not only within my division, but throughout the entire campus, she says. According to Karen, when you enjoy who you're working with, you enjoy your job. Karen is thankful for her colleagues in the STEM division for their support and friendship through the years. Jocelyn Howard Sinopoli has served as a board member on the BC3 Education Foundation for 10 years. Jocelyn acknowledges the exemplary leadership and direction of Dr. Newpower, Ruth Purcell, and staff, and their dedication to the mission of BC3. She's thankful for the opportunity to serve on the board, stating it has been a prudent steward of the contributions designated for the betterment of the college. Jocelyn credits the addition of BC3 at Lawrence Crossing, the Heaton Family Learning Commons, the Amy Wise CCLC, and the First Class Nursing Program as examples of educational excellence that will continue to deliver into the future. Bonnie Morrow, Finance Office Assistant, reaches the 10-year milestone. Bonnie is a BC3 graduate and worked in both the bookstore and the finance office before becoming full-time. Bonnie's father was in the Navy Seabees and was stationed in Antarctica. She remembers fondly when she wore her dad's parka, muckluck boots, and gloves to speak to the children of the CCLC, and they took turns trying everything on. Being on what her office calls the garden level, Bonnie also has many stories of critters in her office, and even frogs. Bonnie says the people at BC3 are the best, and knowing that her office helps students receive their education makes it all worthwhile. Dr. Amy Shin, Associate Professor of Chemistry, is being honored for 10 years of service. Amy started at BC3 in the fall of 2008 as an instructor and received tenure in 2011. She was promoted to Assistant Professor in 2012 and to Associate Professor this year. Amy works in the STEM division under Dean Matt Kovac, who she says is an awesome boss. She enjoys helping students succeed and feels lucky to be surrounded by supportive people from administrators to the faculty and staff of BC3. Also being honored for 10 years of service to BC3 are Jessica Cooper, Workforce Development Secretary, Sally Leonard, Custodian, Judy Magara, Information Center Receptionist, Carla Shontag, Keys Student Facilitator and Instructor, and John Caesar, Director of BC3 at Linden Point.